And now police are charging an eighth person now in that horrible and heinous murder of young Mahogany Jackson earlier this week. Ariana Robinson now is charged with felony murder and kidnapping. All this after one of the other suspects in this case, Jeremiah McDowell, was actually in court this morning. Our camera's there as he was facing a judge for the first time. Prosecutors say McDowell shot and killed Jackson while attempting to sexually assault her. He is going to stay in the Jefferson County Jail. Court records show 6 other suspects in this case will be in court themselves Monday. Tonight, we're hearing from family members of Mahogany Jackson and District Attorney Danny Carr about this awful case and the impact it has had on them and their community.
Man, I really get sick and tired of, watching stuff like this and reading news articles about stuff like this. We're going to be talking about Mahogany Jackson, 20-year-old mother, killed, pistol whipped, spat on while being recorded. 8 suspects did this to her. 8 suspects. 8 of them. And they were black people committing crimes on black people. It's already rampant. We don't need no torture. You know what I'm saying? We need this to stop. Seriously, we got to stop killing each other, attacking each other. I'm speaking from the minority perspective because obviously I'm Hispanic, but still, we in there with y'all. We in the hood with you guys. We are there locked in. You know what I'm saying? So when I see this stuff, I'm like, man, I want to shed a tear, an actual tear, because what about the child? This child didn't grow up with hate in his or her heart. And the father, hopefully the father is in this child's life to help raise this person. For 9 months, the mother carried this person. And now this person has no mother. And they got to freaking talk about or hear about what happened to the mother. It's a damn shame. It really is a damn shame. It's hard to do stuff like this. It really is hard to be composed, guys. Let's take a look at this.
And now police are charging an 8th person now in that horrible and heinous murder of young Mahogany Jackson earlier this week. Ariana Robinson now is charged with felony murder and kidnapping. All this after one of the other suspects in this case, Jeremiah McDowell, was actually in court this morning. Our camera's there as he was facing a judge for the first time. Prosecutors say McDowell shot and killed Jackson while attempting to sexually assault her. He is going to stay in the Jefferson County Jail. Court records show 6 other suspects in this case will be in court themselves Monday. Tonight, we're hearing from family members of Mahogany Jackson and District Attorney Danny Carr about this awful case and the impact it has had on them and their community. Bria Chapman is live tonight with what she's learning from that family. Bria.
Yeah, Jonathan, like you said, awful is right. But Mahogany's older sister tells me she is at peace, but she still has moments where she gets very angry after hearing from officers that at least 8 people sat and did nothing while her sister was being sexually assaulted, tortured, beaten, and then eventually shot and killed. But they tell me they will not focus on that. Instead, they will remember Mahogany and those happier times they had with her.
Long live Mahogany. We love you.
She was our baby. Like, she was literal baby. The baby of the crew. We knew Hoggy. MJ.
That's how Mahogany Jackson's siblings and cousins say they will remember her. They tell me she was the life of the party who always knew how to stand up for herself. And her family says she did that to the very end.
My girl did what she did, told us what she was, helped us out. I'm so proud of her.
That's
she did something.
Yep.
She did something. So
I'm glad because
I'm glad she was on her toes.
Probably would have been just lost.
Thankfully, her sending her location helped police bring suspects into custody. And now those suspects are facing charges for what officials describe as horrific, even barbaric acts. And some of those things depicted were so bad, her big sister was afraid to see her.
I was so afraid to see what she looked like, knowing what happened. And my sister looked good, like she looked real good, and that warmed my heart. Like that was the most thing that I was worried about.
But Maddox says she is angry about what happened to Mahogany, but right now she has to be there for her mother and her 3-year-old niece Nadia.
Of course, she's taking it hard. I that's my sister, but that's.
What I was wondering is like, where were they when she was like, "Hey, I'm being threatened. I'm scared." You know what I'm saying? Because this had to have been some sort of buildup, because it's something to do with money or something like that. And that's why these 8 individuals essentially did this to her. And this guy took advantage of the situation, raped her, right? Where were these people whenever she was like throwing out this, hey, I'm scared for my life scenarios? But now they want to talk about like, oh, she was great. We miss her and we wish this wouldn't happen. But what about stopping this before it happened? You know what I'm saying? Before it got to that point, what was she saying? How was she acting? You know, you got to look out not just for her, but her 3-year-old daughter.
That's her daughter,
Right.
and that's just a different type of pain.
Right.
And I have kids myself, so I just can only imagine.
And what happened to Mahogany is being described by leaders like District Attorney Danny Carr as horrific and animalistic. On top of that, some of those things were recorded and they've been shared on social media. Something Carr says crosses the line.
She has to live with this forever. And there's some aspects of this situation I know that's devastating to that family. But then to see it reenacted on a video, it almost places you there. And then to see people continue to share it over and over. But at the end of the day, have some respect for them as well. Have some respect for the family. Have some respect for Mahogany.
Yeah, Mahogany's family tells me they want to thank the public. All of
Phew, man. Man, oh man, oh man. Y'all, I hate to throw this out there, but I got to because this would be a huge, huge story if this was white suspects doing this to a black woman, 1-year-old black woman with a 3-year-old daughter. This would be bigger than George Floyd. The whole town over there would be up in smoke right now with race riots, essentially. And every white person better hide because you're going to be getting hit, killed, whatever, because of what 8 white people did this to us as black person. In this scenario, right? Because in this scenario, because we got to talk about this because y'all remember what happened with George Floyd and Derek Chauvin when he put his knee on his neck, right? Y'all remember that what happened because of that? Now, whether or not the knee was the reason why he died or it was a drug in the system, regardless, a man died and people got really upset. And it's affected the whole country, the whole world almost, even in case. Now, this would have been nuclear news running on MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, hopefully for 24/7, because this woman would need justice. But not no, race riot, justice, let's destroy all these businesses that are probably black owned. None of that. We don't need that kind of, riot or whatever protest. We don't need that. We don't need that. We need people just coming out here and having, fundraisers, having these, visuals, these lightings, letting go these balloons, talking about the memory of Mahogany Jackson, and hopefully doing something about this child's future. Raising money for college, looking out for this child, giving this child counseling, etc. Hopefully these people get charged to the fullest extent of the law that the law can do. You know what I'm saying? Because they absolutely deserve to have the key thrown away. You know what I'm saying? Lock them up, throw the key, sing blues. You know what I'm saying? Really. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. Like, comment, subscribe to BuzzView. See you on the next one.